Teams are very, very difficult, and so we expect a different and difficult Espérance, and one that we know we have to be at our very best to give ourselves a chance to win.
وصلنا للدومي فينال.
What do you think about the match?
Of course, it's going to be a difficult game. Knowing North African teams and the crowd. So yeah, but of course we're looking forward to the game. We've been here before, so yeah, we're looking forward to the game.
Coach, I guess you watched the Real Madrid Manchester City match, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were Pep Guardiola,
Oh.
would you sacrifice your style to win the game, or would you stick in your possessive style, whatever the result is? My question for Teboho. Teboho, you play usually against.
Fortunately, I am not Pep Guardiola and I have that problem, so I'm fortunate that I'm not. But then I remember one thing, that who wouldn't want to be Pep Guardiola? So I don't know how to answer your question, and I think it was an exceptional game, two very good sides. I think over the two legs, Manchester City probably deserved to win. But I think the biggest lesson out of that game is that even if you look at the data, you look at control, football is really a game where there's quite a lot into it. One of those is football heritage. And if you look at how many Champions League Real Madrid have won and how many Champions Leagues Manchester City have won, you probably don't get surprised by the outcome. But over the two legs, I would possibly say that I think Manchester City deservedly won. I think their attack was much stronger than Real Madrid's because they created more chances. I think their defense was much better than Real Madrid's because they conceded less chances. And so I'm not sure from a coaching perspective how much more influence Pep Guardiola would have had.
What about you and Sundowns?
Please, not you. Say,
The playing style of Al-Ahly, Wydad and Espérance is almost the same. They overload the sides, they put on the crosses, and usually they have the ball control, which is the target man, the tall striker. So they almost play the similar game. So yeah, we used to them.
The pitch of the stadium, what's your thoughts about it? And the second question is, do you have an idea about Espérance fans?
Yeah, I had a couple of minutes to walk on the pitch. Unfortunately, I had Teboho, who's an expert more than me on how he feels, and when I asked him what he thinks, he said he thinks it's a very good pitch and probably rates as one of the best that we've seen in the Champions League so far.
And about the Espérance fans?
Not by experience. I think you watch all the games, and especially the home games, their influence in the AFL against Mazembe when they won 3-0. How they overcame Al Hilal in the group stages after they had lost away, and then of course their influence in the last round against ASEC, pushing the team, encouraging and singing. And I'm told that they rank amongst the top 5 group of supporters in the continent. So we've experienced that with Al-Ahly in Cairo. We've gone to Morocco and experienced something similar with Wydad. And I presume, having watched the games, that we'll get a similar type of support and noise on the pitch for the opponents.
Coach, welcome in Tunisia.
Thank you very much.
So my first question is, you're the team with the highest number of games in this season. So I'm really admiring the fact that you keep your players motivated, highly focused on their targets. So they play the local league, Champions League, they play the AFCON.
Yeah.
So how could you make that? It's really interesting. And the second question is that Sundowns no doubt that's one of the giants in this continent.
For sure.
But once you are out of the group stage and you are in the knockout stage, there is a huge difference. That giant became less scary, and we don't have the same talent with the same potential. The question is why?
Alors, yeah, I think to answer your question about how do I keep it going, I have to give credit to the players, because we've got a good group of players. They're a pleasure to work with, and they understand the responsibility and the magnitude of the task of representing Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club. And that's the most important thing. I think without that, whatever you do and whatever techniques you may apply as a coach, it becomes very, very difficult if the players are not receptive and the players are not understanding the goal and the need for motivation and to be professional and to push it to try to win every game. That is a responsibility you have when you play for Sundowns. But of course, I put a lot of pressure. I demand more. I do push and speak to the players a lot. We do a lot of video analysis. The training sessions are extremely demanding. And we have a clear expectation of certain levels that we want every single day. And it's not to train, it's to train to win the training session, and that becomes a different mentality. So every single day we want to win. We understand that human beings, footballers even, are creatures of habit, and what you repeatedly do, you become. And so we push every single day for that level. It's not only because of the human beings within us and the drive that we have personally, but we're also driven by the stature of the club and the responsibility we have towards the club and the demands that the club places on us, and that's part of our responsibility.
Second question.
For the semi-final, is always
Knockout stage.
Yeah, out stage, yeah. Quarter-final, semi-final. But, okay, I do this translation. Yeah, I do the translation after we go to the second question.
I think we've developed a long way since a time where you could easily just describe us as a very aggressive dog in the group stages, and maybe a little bit more timid as a creature in the knockouts. If you look at the last couple of years, for sure that is probably true, but for the first time in the club's history, we've done back-to-back semi-finals. After doing back-to-back winners of the group stage. You only have to look this season how maybe even a team like Petro from Angola were exceptional in the group stages, and only to find themselves out within the next round. These are occurrences that used to happen to us as Mamelodi Sundowns, where we didn't have a clear understanding that actually the Champions League competition starts at the knockouts. Part to the responsibility of the group stages is to make sure that you qualify, and that was our objective number one. We struggled a little bit to even get close to that target. Unfortunately, by the time we played Mazembe, we were in a situation where we had to choose between playing first or second, or finishing first or second in the group. And then that destiny was within our control. And then the next focus was to make sure we win the quarterfinals. And we played a very, very good side in Yanga away from home. We created enough chances to win. We limited their chances to probably almost one, and unfortunately we drew that game 0-0. A performance that we were not 100% happy with, but we were content with the result, knowing that we got a possibility to do something in Pretoria. And then the second leg came in Pretoria in front of our own people, and we couldn't let them down, and we pushed. And even though there were moments of fatigue and the players were struggling in some of the moments, but they suffered together and they showed great solidarity. And these are the only things that I ask from them every single day, is to work hard, work for each other, support each other. Because there are many other lessons that football can provide to you. And these are things that you see and you face even in life when life is difficult. and there's challenges in your life, you don't give up, you dig deep and you keep going and up until things become better. So I'm very proud of this group. I'm proud that this group has brought this football club to where it is today. Even as you say, amongst the number of games that we've played, I'm proud of the group, the success they've had in the domestic competitions. I only have to look at where Al Ahly is in their domestic competition. I only have to look where Wydad is in their domestic competitions. And so this speaks and is testament to what this group has done. Back-to-back league titles, back-to-back finishing on top of the group, back-to-back semi-finals. They deserve a lot more credit than what they get.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to Tunisia.
Thank you.
Your team has conceded only 7 goals in this year's campaign in the ESL and only 1 goal in the Champions League. So my question is, how would you rate your team's ability to avoid conceding any goals tomorrow? And how would you rate its ability to score goals tomorrow, knowing that Mamelodi Sundowns is a team that plays well in its away games? And my question for Teboho, welcome to Tunisia first. My question is, your team has played 5 games in the month of April so far, while your opponent has only played 2. So do you think that this will be a key factor in determining the qualified team out of this semi-final game? Thank you. No,
Tebza will answer first.
Okay, for us, playing more games than Espérance doesn't mean Espérance have been edge over us. And I think the more we play, the more we become better as a team, and the more we can the rhythm. And I think past few games we haven't been on our best, but we've been coming alright past 3 games. So I think we are ready for tomorrow, and everyone is looking forward to the game. Especially last year, we lost in the semis, so this year we must take it a step higher, which is going to the final. So tomorrow is going to be kind of busy.
Thank you.
Okay, I think it's a good question. I think the number of hours we've spent, not just myself, and I've got to give also big credit to our analysis department, especially Dale Sundowns, who's one of our analysts, and he travels the globe. He's everywhere, trying to get us information and helping us, and I've got to give them incredible credit because the work we've done, the number of games that I had to go through, already for me shows me that we've got a very good side that we're going to play against. Manish in goals, even though he's 19, he's incredible with his footwork and he allows the team to build up very well. They've got Mariah and Tugai, the 2 centre-backs. Tugai plays for his Algerian national team. Mariah plays for the Tunisian, and they were both at the AFCON, incredible players. Ahulu, the central midfielder, 38, is one that's Togolese. He's an international, but very crafted and very intelligent with a lot of physicality. He's got 2 central midfielders who can create chances from absolutely anything. They create chances from play outside the box. They make movement into the box. Both Chaleni and Taka are incredible, especially Taka with late runs that arrive into the box. The sides are very aggressive, especially with the wingers. You've got the winger Sassi, who's the number 10, who's Brazilian. Incredible player, a lot of dribbles, a lot of possibilities to shoot inside and outside the box. Good delivery on set pieces. They've got Rodriguez, who's an area of threat from crosses, from even balls that are played from dead ball situations, and so we've got to be very careful of him. Bukia, who can play on the left and on the right, prefers the left foot and drives a lot. And then they've also got Changa and Bugera, who are incredible wingers, fast, and can create a lot of problems. So in answering your question, do we have a tough task in keeping a clean sheet and limiting the chances for the opposition? Yes. it's going to be very difficult, especially with the quality that they have. But I know that at our best level, we can do that very, very well. And we've got a plan for that. Can we score goals and win the game? I can also say yes. And even though I know it's going to be very difficult, because as I said, in the heart of the defense is two top international football players with a very young goalkeeper, but very high quality behind them. So there's a lot of possibilities for them to be able to score and win the game away from home for sure.
Hi, Hussein Nassim. Welcome to Tunisia. My question for you, Teboho. Are you ready for the game tomorrow? Especially, I know the injury you got last game to leave the pitch. And my second question is about the qualification to the World Cup. This challenge, are you thinking about it?
No, we'll see tomorrow. No, of course.
For the second question, you said qualification for the World Cup.
No, of course, it's very important for the club and for the vision of the club, and we made a pledge, or I don't know what I can call it, at the beginning of the season, that we must play all the finals. So, and Champions League is one of them, so we must be in the final. So I don't know what Espérance, but we are going to the final.
Qual est l'objectif?
Thank you very much. Thank you.